Hey there guys, welcome to Dinos Vault once again. Finally, I get my hands on the Apache 310RR, one of the most talked about motorcycles of recent times, and everything that you need to know, the real-time review as to how this motorcycle fares in real-world conditions, how versatile it is, the answers to all of that is what is coming up in this review. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Ramakrishna from Ramcore TVS for allowing me to review this bike for you guys. Test rides would be available shortly, so to book a test ride for this bike, please call the number appearing on the screen currently. Now, TVS's obsession with racing began way back in 1982 when the company unleashed its powerful 50cc mopeds that clocked unbelievable speeds of up to 105 km per hour. The actual genesis happened in 1987 when TVS Racing was formed to engineer motorcycles for high performance racing. Over the years, TVS has time and again emphasized its fascination with racing while also dominating the local scene here, be it on the track or off of it. In 1990, TVS was the first to introduce a 5-speed gearbox here in our market. In 1994, TVS became the first Indian manufacturer to launch one-make racing in our nation. Long story short, 2007 saw the birth of the first RTR motorcycle, the RTR 160, a bike with well ahead of its time features and design which continues to captivate people with its performance even to this day, courtesy of its racing DNA. What's more, TVS was also the first Indian manufacturer to participate in the prestigious Dakar Rally with their Sherco TVS factory rally team. Also, their sheer domination here in our nation with an unbelievable win rate of winning 8 out of 9 championships speaks of their unrivaled passion for perfection, unquenchable thirst for precision, and an unbeatable vision for domination. All of their expertise, all of their passion, all of their obsession culminates into this one special motorcycle. Special not because of its sheer stunning looks, but special because this is a proper race machine with no compromises made whatsoever. Now, this motorcycle is not made to fit in or become one among the many. This is TVS's dream coming alive. It's their legacy being displayed and their vision being portrayed. Looks wise, the bike gets a drop dead gorgeous design that resembles the Akula concept the closest, and that's the best thing about this bike. We don't really see concepts being brought to the production line as they are, but thankfully here with the 310RR, we see the bike retaining nearly 85% of its concept avatar as it is, which means design wise the bike gets not just a 10 on 10 but a 100 out of 10 in my opinion. It just looks absolutely killer in this red attire and also completely super stealthy in this matte black color scheme. These are the two color options that we get to begin with. The bike, as the concept name Akula suggests, has been built with the shark theme because the word Akula is Russian for shark. The bike gets first-in-class bi-LED projector headlights that promise high-intensity light spread at night. Believe me, these are seriously impressive lights. As you can see here, I am testing the low beam and the high beam, and the lights are just as much as impressive as that of the RC390, or maybe even slightly better. The snake fangs inspired tail lamp looks mean and menacing and gives the bike a signature appeal of its own. And this has to be my favorite design element in the entire bike because it just looks crazy good. Now, TVS claims that this bike has undergone 300 hours worth of wind tunnel testing, and as a result the bike offers the lowest coefficient of drag, thereby setting a benchmark in and around its price range. Now, this comes courtesy of the mass forward minimalist tail design with a raked high tail. The bike has undergone CFD or computational fluid dynamics testing to achieve best in class aerodynamics and better engine heat management. I especially love our national flag's tricolor being imbibed on the windscreen, which really makes us feel proud as Indians that the Indian motorcycling has come a long way and now is no less than anybody else to take the attack to the opposition with all the intensity and aggression and supremacy. The all-digital Speedo looks gorgeous as it lights up, and the fonts are nice and visible even under broad daylight. The readouts include a speedometer, tachometer, odometer, trip meters, fuel gauge, clock, gear position indicator, lap timer, top speed recorder, launch time recorder, engine temperature, and a whole lot more. Talking about the chassis, we get a race origin lightweight trellis frame that offers higher stiffness with best structural efficiency and excellent dynamic response, thereby offering razor sharp handling characteristics. And perfectly complementing this is an all aluminium die-cast swing arm, which is again ideally supported by the race-tuned suspension from Kayaba. Powering the RR310 is a 312.2cc single-cylinder, liquid-cooled, fuel-injected, 4-valve, reverse-inclined DOHC motor that makes 34 PS of max power at 9,700 RPM and 27.3 Newton meters of max torque at 7,700 RPM. This comes mated to a 6-speed gearbox. Performance-wise, the 0 to 60 km per hour claim is 2.93 seconds and the top speed claim is 160 km per hour. The engine setup is unique with a reverse inclined DOHC setup that offers lowered center of gravity and better mass centralization, thereby offering superb handling characteristics. The bike gets a gill profile with a patented deflector cowl for better heat management, thereby channeling the hot air away from the rider's legs. Now this is further aided by the ram air cooling ducts that ensure that the engine stays cool even as you are setting the track ablaze on this bike. Other special features include a downdraft port with button tap-it arrangement that promises better engine durability and a more consistent performance. The hydraulic cam chain tensioner ensures lesser maintenance and better engine durability. The horizontal split crankcase reduces engine weight by 10%, thereby resulting in better power-to-weight ratio. Taking the bike out for a spin, I really loved the refined and responsive nature of the single-cylinder motor. The seating ergonomics are perfectly balanced in that it is not as aggressive as that of the RC390, nor is it too upright like that of a Street Fighter. The bike offers a slightly forward biased seating posture which enables you to tuck in and rip through the corners should you find yourself on the track. To put it across in simpler terms, the seating posture reminded me of the Yamaha R3 to a great degree. The seats get good quality foam, but the rear seat is a mere formality. Now, one thing we need to understand and respect here is that TVS have gone ahead and made no compromises with this bike. All along, we Apache fanboys have requested TVS to offer us a proper super sport, and we even hope that the Akula would remain unchanged when it is brought to the production line. Now that is exactly what TVS have done, and I think they deserve huge respect for doing this. Now getting back to the pillion seat, I would have appreciated a belt strap on the pillion seat as you can see in this picture here, because that would allow us to move the bike around easily. The acceleration is quite impressive, though it isn't as downright aggressive as that of the RC390. The power delivery is smooth and linear. You do get adequate power on tap to make those quick overtakes. The throttle response is nice and crisp. The throttle action is light and effortless. The clutch is light and easy to use. The gearbox with the negative backrack gears ensures that there are no false neutrals. The gear shifts are smooth provided you pull the clutch lever completely while shifting. Engine refinement is quite impressive. We do feel minor vibrations in the lower RPMs, but once we hit the mid-range and get into the top two gears, the bike becomes very refined. What I really loved about the bike is its versatile nature. You can amble around at speeds of 65 to 75 km per hour in 6th gear, but once you open up the throttle, the bike just transforms into a proper race machine. Now coming to another important point, which is the heat management. Now do we have the heating issue in this bike? Well, just like other single-cylinder powerhouses, this bike also does heat up, but you don't really feel the heat while riding through the open stretches. While riding through the stop-and-go traffic, especially in traffic jam scenarios, you do feel the heat, especially in the left inner thigh area. Now, please note that the heating is not to the extent that it is unbearable, but we do feel a bit of it. Now, talking about the brakes, we get a 300mm pedal disc up front and a 240mm pedal disc at the back. The pedal discs offer better heat dissipation and better bite compared to conventional discs. Now we also get dual channel ABS on board as standard. Now coming to my trademark braking test segment, you can see here that I'm doing speeds of around 102 kilometers per hour and I slam on the brakes really hard. You can see that the bike comes to a standstill in just 4.47 seconds, which is absolutely phenomenal. And this is the part that really impressed me the most about this bike. The brakes are seriously impressive. Now talking about the suspension, we get 41mm Kayaba inverted cartridge front forks and a preload adjustable rear monoshock that comes with MFP or monotube floating piston technology that offers superb stability even at higher speeds. The best part about the suspension is that it is not too stiff. It offers a comfortable and pliant ride through the city streets at lower speeds and holds up well at higher speeds too. Talking about the tires, we get 17-inch wheels, we get a 110/70 tire up front and a 150/60 tire at the back. We get Michelin tires which offer good road grip, but I feel Pirelli tires would have really upped the game in this segment and also done justice to the amazing performance that this bike has on offer. Other relevant specs include a wheelbase of 1365mm, which is 25mm longer than that of the RC390. Now this results in offering better high-speed stability on the open straights. Seat height is 810mm, which is ideal for people of all sizes, at least up to 6 feet tall. Ground clearance is 160mm, more than sufficient in city conditions. Tank capacity is 11 liters, which is reasonable considering this is a super sport bike, but since this is versatile enough to let you tour as well, I believe at least a 15-liter tank would have been better to offer good tank range. Curb weight is just 169.5 kgs, which makes the bike incredibly agile and easy to maneuver. Mileage wise, the onboard computer, after my rigorous testing through the city conditions, displayed a mileage figure of 32 kmpl, which is seriously impressive. I would still maintain that it would be reasonable to expect 25 to 28 kmpl from this bike, and this figure may vary as per riding style and riding conditions. The ex-showroom price here in Hyderabad for the TVS Apache 310RR is Rs 2.05 lakhs. Well, that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless and ride safe.